Welcome to the Geek Arena podcast, powered by 1776 Gaming, where nerd culture meets patriot power. Whether you're rolling a D20, grinding for loot, arguing over who the best Batman is, or binging sci-fi until 3 a.m., you've found your people. Each week, we dive headfirst into the world of gaming, comics, tech, movies, and everything gloriously geeky with no holds barred and zero filter. Hosted by the crew that brought you 1776gaming.com, we're not just players, we're freedom-loving fanatics bringing that revolutionary energy to every topic, guest, and hot take. Strap in, squat up, and let the geek flag fly. This is the Geek Arena.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Geek Arena podcast, brought to you by 1776gaming.com and produced for our wonderful members over at the 1776 Gaming community on Discord. I will be your host, the Traveling Man, and with me tonight is TheyNoFixPUBG, aka
Hello.
Grant.
Hi, how are you?
Doing very well, my man. How about yourself?
Wonderful. Couldn't be any better.
I debate that. You could be here in my office with me partaking in some Pendleton right now from a beautiful 1776 Gaming whiskey glass.
Holy smokes, where'd you get that?
Man, I got that from over at the merch shop at 1776gaming.com.
Huh.
And it works very well if you couldn't tell by that slur just there.
Very well, man.
So for our listeners, we're doing a little bit of it's not going to be unplugged necessarily, but we're just going to do an off-the-cuff little thing. We've already laid down an episode earlier tonight with Modelo Time Gamer. A little bit of play on words there from what I would assume is Miller Time, but our guy Modelo Space Time Gamer is over on Twitch. Very cool dude, active duty jarhead, real laid back kind of guy. We're going to have him back for a few more episodes. And just a quick announcement for the PUBG ARENA tournaments and leagues that we have going on. There's going to be a PUBG ARENA tournament at the end of the month that is open enrollment once we finish.
Not the end of the month.
Oh,
after
sorry.
the league. After the league.
After the league is finished.
In a couple months.
Right. Okay. But that will be open enrollment, and then anybody's welcome. So if any of our listeners know anybody that's into PUBG and is pretty, I would say semi-sweaty, get them over here to that thing. So what's new with you, Grant? Whenever we were recording that episode earlier, you had a whole bat fly through the window. What the hell happened there?
Yeah, we were recording the episode with Modelo Time Gamer, and I had the window open. You know, I live in rural Wyoming where, you know, nobody lives out here, right? But if a bat, my dogs were asleep on the bed, and the window's right over the bed, and a bat flew in and kind of touched Scout, and he freaked out, man. It was so funny. He probably jumped 6 feet up in the air, and then Waylon, he's a red tick hound. He starts just barking, oh, and this bat's flying around the room, and they're trying to Scout's trying to chase it and eat it. Waylon is trying to figure out what in the world is going on.
I expect Waylon to be that person that's holding his purse.
Yeah. He plays tough till it's time to pony up, you know.
Oh yeah.
But I chased the bat around the house for about 15 minutes and dispatched it and threw it in the garbage can outside. I hope none of the ASPCA people are listening at the moment.
Oh,
if
dear
you
God.
are, I live in Wyoming. If you can find me, come get me.
Well, it was self-defense, you know.
It was totally in defense of myself and my property.
Don't y'all have stand your ground laws up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't really use them, but they do exist.
Yep. Oh, my God.
So what's new with you?
Other than trying not to giggle my face off whenever I saw that in the side chat, not much.
Yeah, while you're doing a podcast?
Yeah. It was crazy. we're doing this whole thing. We got weather coming through. Ian lives over in Texas, kind of in line with where I do. So if anything's going to hit me, it's going to hit him first. And I swear there was a couple times I could hear thunder through his mic while we were doing this thing, but I guess his noise gate picked that up
No, it was
and kind of
thunder.
took
I
care
heard
of
it too.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Then it's going off out here where I'm at, and after about 30 minutes of being within his range, and then I was just like, yeah, that's a fast moving storm. Thank God it petered out.
It was quick.
Yeah, about
and then
like me.
What's crazy, it started after the podcast, after the storms moved through you guys. We had storms, and we had big hail. I mean, it looked like it just snowed.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, so I hope I've got some damage to the roof. Maybe I can get a new roof.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love insurance when it pays.
Yeah, if it pays.
Yeah, that's the big if, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The podcast went great. I think that MTG he's a badass.
Mary Tyler Green?
Yes.
Oh no, Modelo. Shit. Sorry, my bad.
It's just too bad he's on console. He can't partake with us.
Oh, dude. Console players are so much cooler than PC guys because their stuff works all the time.
Oh, yeah. You press a button.
Yeah. Over here, we've got all these settings, and we've got the OBS and Elgato wavelengths, and then you're lucky if your chat works just about half to 3/4 of the time. I miss the good old days when we could just pop in a freaking Xbox Live and communicate well.
Yeah, I miss that too.
Oh, dear God.
But I like having better graphics. I like having 3 screens, about to be 4. There are a lot of pluses to PC gaming rather than console.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, with me being a technological, what do you call those things? Luddite.
Savant? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, no, you're the savant. I'm
no.
Definitely not the techie here.
And that's why I asked Hellspawn to just, look, dude, just send me the computer I should buy so I can get it over with.
Yeah, no, that is the savant right there. Speaking of which, when are we even going to think about getting Doug in here?
He is the kind of guest, I think, that has a lot of really good things to say about a lot, And I asked him the other day, said, "Are you ready?" He's like, "Yeah, man, whenever you're ready." So I think the time is coming here pretty soon. He's very knowledgeable in a very wide array of topics. So maybe we could talk to him a little bit this week and see what he's thinking, and we can get old Hellspawn Gigas in here on the Geek Arena.
I like that. I like that idea a lot, man. Yeah, it's thanks to him that I no longer sound like I'm talking through a dumpster.
Yeah, you sound really good. I'm still on the old headset, but I'm gonna, after I move to Arizona, I'm gonna get everything in order and get me an actual studio set up. So, along with everything else I've got to do, but
yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
can't wait to fly out there and sit with you.
To tell you, I got to get another dirt bike and go out in the back country, but that's a whole nother topic, man. I'm just happy right now doing what I'm doing. With we've made a lot of really big strides in the community here lately, and with infrastructure for the store, the blogs that drive traffic to the site, that drives traffic to the Discord. It's been a lot of work for me in particular. If I'm not doing my day job, I am doing this until 11, 12 at night. And then I sit in the bed for about 4 hours and think about what I can do better, what needs to be done by other people. But we're working as a team and we're getting it done. It's been since 2015, and we're just now deciding to really grow the community.
Oh my God, have we really been losing sleep that long?
I haven't.
I
have recently. But we really haven't done as much as it sounds listening to a podcast, us talking about it. It's Hellspawn has contributed greatly. Ian, you can't have this community without Ian. You know, you've got
No,
Darth Bane, you've got
Dre.
I can never Dre, yeah, but I can't ever pronounce his gamer tag.
Yeah, we're
He
not
is
even going to try that.
yeah, he's extremely vital. You know, we have to have him, and I really am thankful for these guys, even though I don't get much time with them. I am very thankful that they're here because they take a load off of us to be able to do this, right? I mean, people ask, why do you need to do all this? We don't. We don't need to do it. We want to do it. We want to build an ecosystem for people to come in and game and make friends and to be a community. We also want a podcast. You need to buy gear for the podcast and software. So, you know, when they buy from the store, it funds that.
Yep.
It funds the software. It funds the website. It funds the giveaways that we do, and it's gotten a lot of traction. We're making a lot of headway on that, and I really appreciate those guys that have purchased things from the store, because you know, after all, it is just a
100.
money grab.
Oh yeah, that's all we're here for. It's not like we're negative or anything. And revenue. It's
Yeah.
just a big old money grab. Speaking of giveaways, the opposite of what we just said. I tasked our HR director, Darth, and Ian, Smokey, aka Ian, with a D&D giveaway. We already have the thing figured out. It's going to be a D&D lighted dice. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I left it up to them because they know that bit of the community way, way better than I ever could. And they're going to come up with the criteria for how we give that thing away. So that's going to be dropping any day now.
That is cool. That is cool. Talking with Smokey a week or so ago, he's trying to figure out a way they can stream their games. I've never
that would be
partaken.
sick.
I've never seen a D&D session. I'd like to at least see it. You know what I mean? It would be really cool, especially with our guys streaming. That would be the funniest thing in the world.
Oh my God. I've seen Ian take a jam sandwich and make it interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He can do that.
I've never actually seen D&D either, or been a part of that community at all, and I would be highly interested in kind of getting that sneak peek in there with all the D&Ders in their natural habitat.
I hear it gets pretty nerdy, but we'll see. We'll find out.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the whole inspiration behind why we named our podcast the Geek Arena, right?
That's right. That's
got to
right.
represent all us nerds and geeks and keep nerd turds burning, according to my boy Eric.
Burning turds, man.
Oh, yeah.
Good God. Well, we did the PUBG. We did the league night. Tonight was league night. Duos League with ARENA Gaming. And last week, me and Still No Fix Game, Hunter, a.k.a. my offspring, we did really good. Tonight, we did not. The first two drops that we did were terrible. We were separated. It was almost the same trajectory of the plane. We still landed in the same spots we landed the first time because, we don't learn.
Right.
So we died early there. We died early every single match. I think we might have gotten one kill.
So I got to watch a little bit of this thing through Chronicle's perspective. And then I think I watched the end of the second one through Gray Matters, which that was a stupid, wicked game, by the way. But on the first round, I got to watch Chronicle and his boy, who's he with right now? Sergeant Wobbles?
Yeah, he's no slouch either.
I got to watch those dudes completely wipe their ass with you on the first go.
Hey, but I dropped Kron. I dropped him.
You did. And I got to tell you, I wasn't positive that was you laying behind the RV, but after I found out it was you, I was like, yeah, leave it to that dude to find the only patch of grass in freaking
Yeah, lay down in it.
yeah. Like you're in a desert map and there's one patch of grass. No, dude, I should have known. I should have known. I had to ask Kron who it was, but I should have known it was you from the get go.
You know what got me killed?
Wobbles.
No, it wasn't my fault. It can't be my fault, right?
Oh, surely not.
It's Wobbles because he's in Hawaii and it's PUBG, so it's desync. You know, so if it wasn't for desync, I would have, probably won the game.
You seem to forget that I was kind of there. Like I wasn't there, but I was watching. You're full of it, dude.
Nobody else was watching because we were the first team that died. So you're the only witness.
Okay.
You need two witnesses.
We'll take this to court. We will take this to court. I swear to God, we will beat you. Then the second time around, I can't wait to talk about this one because I got to see some of the chatter going on over there in the PUBG ARENA Discord. And
jeez.
Oh yeah, there was a mighty bold statement about how you and Still No Fixed Game were gonna gun for Sergeant Wobbles. And now correct
we're
me
looking
if I'm
for
wrong.
him. I didn't say we were gonna get him.
Yeah, all right. But you did get a significant piece of chronicle on that one, dude. You got the kill on that one. Wobbles completely trashed Still No Fixed Game. And then you died, and somebody else from halfway across the map sealed what you couldn't. They had to come in and close the whole damn thing.
I was
all the way
looking
from
for
town
Wobble.
on top of the mountain.
I was looking for him. A new Crom was dropped above me, and I don't know how he died instant. On my screen, I shot him, and it gave me the kill, but he was up shooting me. That was weird. I don't know what happened. There may be somebody else. Because he wasn't knocked in, or maybe that was somebody else on top of him. But I threw smoke behind me, and Astray got me with the mini.
Oh, that's who got you.
Yeah, because I was going for Wobbles. I knew I was not going to make it. I was going to die, so, but I couldn't pull it off,
Man, it is what it is. That was a horrible position for both teams to be in for that one. You got a whole open field down there below. What was that, old Pozo?
I don't know.
And then
probably.
I don't know. It's that one we always land up on the rim of whenever we're able to play. Got the craters and stuff up there. Yeah. So you're up there fighting on the side of this mountain, and whenever Chronicle dies Wobbles dies, and then Chronicle goes into the full like third person spectate mode, you see all the teams down there in town, and that whole thing was just ate up with whoever was left. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, it doesn't matter who won that engagement, you lost either way.
Yeah.
Like there's no getting out of that clean.
And I know you haven't been playing in it, but last week you could tell there's a difference in everybody's gameplay this week. I know for a fact that Astray and his teammate have been practicing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Chronicle and Wobbles have been practicing, and it showed this week. They did a lot better. They didn't pull off a win, but they still did really good,
Yeah, they did. The only thing that I could even critique, and it really has nothing to do with their ability as players, is positioning. They just kept winding up on the worst possible end of the circle. And which, I mean, I guess you and Still No Fixed Game did on that second one. I didn't get to see the third one. My phone died. But definitely looking at all that, positioning is key. Like I go back to the whole conversation we had with Gray Matter last week, and the way that the map is shaped and the way that they brought in topography and all of that. He who has the best position is typically gonna win.
Man, I'm telling you. Yeah, and if you have good position and you die, you probably should go practice.
Yeah, why do you think I don't play anymore?
Well, you play on a laptop. Oh, I can say that now.
Oh, listen to this guy all of a sudden becoming an elitist because his, laptop died.
Well,
You're incorrigible, sir.
I rode the fur off of that thing, man.
Yeah, you did. And I'm still working on it with mine. I don't know what the difference is, but I guess mine's just a little bit tougher. And I've been abusing this thing the last few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, get ready, dude. Figure it out now, because
No, it's coming.
it's gonna feel like you're gonna be coming off like crack or heroin or something when you're sitting around. You're like, well, this is usually what I would be doing this, and you can't do it.
That's going to
Let's
hurt because
see.
if this thing dies, I'm not doing mortgages from anything but a cell phone. That's
Oh
going to
my
be scary.
gosh, that's right. I forgot about that, man, dude. What are you gonna do? Get another laptop, or are you just gonna get a computer and a laptop?
I think I'm going to go with a Walmart special for a laptop, something touchscreen, about $500-600.
Yeah,
And then
like a
definitely
Surface
going
or
to wind
something.
up with a desktop that's going to stay there in my office here at the house.
Yeah.
And then if worse comes to worse, I've got another computer over there at the brokerage that I can go to. But I mean, it's not ideal. It's an hour and 15 minutes away. Sometimes you got to rapid response things.
Man, I can't imagine having to drive that far to use a computer.
Bro, what are you talking about? You live in Wyoming. You have to drive that far to take a dump sometimes.
Our closest Walmart's 2 hours plus away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love it.
So technically, I live in the city compared to you.
Yeah, you are a city slicker. Yeah, I mean, we have 600,000 people in our entire state.
Okay. Well, can you shoot a gun in your backyard?
Not currently. I mean, I can do whatever I want.
All right. Can you legally do it?
I've thought about it.
Dear God.
It's different under different context.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time, bro. I love where I live at. I killed a deer in my backyard this last hunting season right out of my barn.
That's nice.
Doesn't get much better for me, man.
I could shoot elk from my front lawn. I just have to shoot between two people's houses.
Yep.
I don't like them anyways. One of them's got a big light that comes through my living room window, and the other one, let's just say, is kind of like the neighborhood minder. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, so if you had an HOA guy, that would be the prez, right?
Well, we do have an HOA. He's not the prez. Speaking of prez, we have a guy in here named Prez. He's a doctor, man. So do you think he could do like some WebMD stuff for us?
I don't know, man, but I got the spot on my butthole that I would like him to look at.
I thought he looked at that last week. Oh, it was Ian.
Yeah, no, that wasn't Prez. That was I'm not gonna go there without his permission. But I gotta be careful, dude. I don't want to piss off HR.
Yeah, don't, because they can ban you from the Discord.
I know that's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. Oh man. Dude, oh God, I just drew a blank.
Well, I mean, it is 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it is.
And you're old.
It is. Okay, you can stop. That's enough. No, we finally got my kid laid down at God, I guess about 10:45. Ate a little bit of supper. Dude, that poor thing. When we got done recording that, I wasn't sure if my wife would have her trying to settle in for bed or whatnot when I came back here to start. When I got in there, she was still up and running around, but it looked like she was drunk.
Your kid?
Yep. And I was like, you have got to be dead on your feet right now. So we got her in her little sleep sack and we got that bottle of milk going. And thank God that I finally weaned her off of formula, dude. That's a truck payment every month that I'm saving. And
You weaned
but
her
it
off of formula, like personally?
gone. Well, my wife helped. We came
How old
up
is
with a
she?
strategy and we
She's
executed
2.
together. She's almost 2 years old, yeah.
Yeah.
So so we got that done. So I give her that bottle of milk, and within 5 seconds of her taking that last drop, she was snoring on my chest.
I wish I could sleep like that.
I know. And that's exactly where my mind went. I was like, you know what? We're going to go lay you down in about 20 minutes because my wife wants to snuggle before we go lay her down. I'm going to walk you across the house, lay you down. You're going to feel like you're falling and you're not going to wake up. When did I lose the ability to sleep like that? And I was jealous.
Yeah. I don't know. Some
It was
people
so
can just
crazy.
fall asleep too. I've known dudes that can just, fall asleep. And I can't do it even when I'm tired. So
No. I got to have something
especially after
going on in
playing
the
PUBG.
background. Yeah, dude, what is up with that?
I don't
Big
know,
time
man.
adrenaline rush, jump scares. How about this? I haven't played video games in so long that I was watching Hugo over on Twitch, one of these new guys I'm flirting with. And I'm watching his stream. He's up there looking for a guy. They're on Miramar. And he just takes the zip line over there from beside the power plant or whatever that is, goes over by the graveyard, and he's looking for this dude that he saw while he was up in the air. Homeboy was in the last place that he expected him to be and killed him. And I see Hugo jump scare on his screen while I'm jump scaring on mine. And I'm not playing the game. I'm just sitting here watching from my cell phone. And I was like, Jesus, what happened?
The funny thing is I know exactly how that feels because when I had my ultra wide monitor up here, dude, I had PUBG spanning the entire freaking thing. And one day I was playing, I know Hellspawn was there. I don't know who else was there, but it was quiet. Everybody else was dead because I was hiding, And I was running to go get their chips, and somebody started shooting at me, and I jumped so bad. I watched the replay and laughed about it afterward. My guy just like looked straight up at the ground and then straight back down, and then I just looked side to side and just took off running.
Jeez, dude.
It was
That is so
hilarious,
bad.
man. It's like some DayZ stuff.
Oh,
Like
God.
everything's
That's
okay,
another
you're
one.
fine until you ain't,
Yeah, man. That talking about intensity, though, that nothing is ever going to beat the night that we're in DayZ. We're running up that hill up on the northwest side. It's not quite northwest, but you know where I'm saying. It's over there by
I
the
know
Tizzy Road
exactly.
block.
Yeah.
We're just out running around through the woods, and all of a sudden we run up on, what was it, 6 or 8 dudes?
6 or 8, I don't know. It was a lot of dudes because I just kept shooting, and I was to the point where I might shoot Trav, but it's okay because we're all gonna live.
Yeah. Eventually we're going to get our stuff back, and I mean, I just started laying into them. It's a team effort, one for all, and all for one. No, I said that wrong. It's all for one. Yeah, that's it. And but no, dude, we both came out of that with barely a scratch. I have never been that scared by anything in my freaking life as far as a video game goes.
We have had a lot of DayZ moments like that, and I frequently think, man, what if we had a 1776 DayZ server, but a server without admins that involve themselves in everything that you're doing, like I would want admins, and I'm just talking out loud here, right? I've never had a server. Well, I've never had a PC server, right? But if I could just have admins that were looking for hackers and helping players out with bugs, that would be ideal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, run that
And then
whole
just let
thing just
everything
like our
play out.
community.
Yeah, like you raid whenever you want. Like the problem with DayZ servers in my mind is they're overregulated.
For sure.
And the rules always somehow seem to lean towards the server owner and their clique. right? Like you can't
Interesting.
raid between these times and these times, or you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, the game was designed to just be a whatever game in a zombie apocalypse, right? If you want to be
Right.
nice, be nice. If you want to be a jerk, right? Well, I'm going to be a jerk. And that's probably why I've been banned from every modded DayZ server I've ever been on.
That is not a lie.
That's real truth right there. Just saying.
It gets crazy though. It definitely gets crazy. I've seen it over and over and over again where we find a place, it's cool, and then all of a sudden somebody's feelings get hurt. And it's usually either going to be the server owner or the server owner's favorite mod. And there we go. We're gone.
Well, I don't think you should despawn everything after you raid the base and let it go into oblivion so nobody else can have it.
Oh, but they don't understand. It just helps server performance. We're trying to make their job easier.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't have a base. I just raid.
That's right. Every time we die, we lose everything.
Yeah,
Every time.
So why am I gonna? It's insanity. You're gonna build a base. It's gonna get raided. So there you go.
Or is it insanity that we keep going into these servers and expecting people to change?
No, they're not gonna change.
Ah.
Just want a little bit of analytical thought. I mean, now, okay, I'm excluding the RP servers where you just take it way too far. My eyes, and you go and like work at a quarry, get rocks, get money, buy a house, buy food. Like, come on. I'm a gamer. I spend a lot of time on games, but my time is way more valuable than that. I can't do it.
Correct. Who was that? Didn't we develop a relationship one time? Somebody was dug in up at, was it Corona Castle out there on the West Edge?
Well, yeah.
They were dug in. Yeah, but I mean, this was the only time we haven't been able to raid that base.
Oh, yeah, because you can't get through the doors.
I think that was, wasn't that an Xbox server?
Probably. I don't know.
I'm just trying to remember who that was. I want to say they wound up getting banned on PC for cheating.
I hope so.
Who that? Indeed. Man, come on, dude. Who was that? It was a guy we were always in a firefight with. Every damn time we went to a modded server, he was there, especially with something Naps was involved in.
Oh, C4. C4 cake. Yep.
Oh, I remember that guy. For sure, but I don't think that was him.
Oh. I don't know, man. But I do know this. I know.
Yeah, what's up?
That instead of spending all day on DayZ just to die, I can play PUBG for 17 rounds and be just as stressed.
Tetris does the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
too high strung to be playing those games, but it's all good, man. It's all good. I'm getting better at PUBG with a new PC, anyways.
Yeah, it's fine, man. One day you're gonna stroke out. It's all gonna be okay.
Gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
And speaking of strokes, you
He's good. He's good.
All right.
He's good. I've spoke to him. Spoke to him recently. Yeah. He just started another business. He's doing good.
Oh, really?
As I would expect. The man is resilient.
Yeah,
a lot of respect for him.
He sent me a logo that he kind of asked me about to eval, and looked pretty good, but I was confused. I thought he was getting back into mortgages.
No. He might. I don't know. He's probably going to have his hand in everything.
Well, they say every successful person has their hand in about 6 or 7 cookie jars.
Yep.
I don't know who says that, but I've heard it.
As long as they're not mine, I'm good with it. Are you saying
man.
that politicians are all like that successful? Because I think all their hands are in my cookie jar.
I think they tend to get a little bit more personal than cookie jars, man.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even want to go there, but like, that's where my mind went as soon as you said that. That's pretty sad. That's how you know somebody pays a lot in taxes when you're having a conversation and you bring
Yeah.
up something that's not even obvious, and you're like, oh yeah, like politicians.
I mean, the last time I went to H&R Block, it felt like a rectal exam. So,
Yeah.
so there's that. I mean,
I don't get refunds.
No.
I get
What's
me
a
funds.
refund?
I got to fund. Me's got to fund stuff.
Yep. Oh dear God.
So yeah, what do we have coming up? We don't have any other events, do we?
Man, tomorrow, either late tonight, I might have missed it because we have Discord shut down for this, but I'm just kind of waiting on those Duo League results to come out. And
I'm not looking forward to that.
I would expect you would not be, the way that I saw you get shat upon.
Yeah.
But dude, I've got to circle back to this one. That second match, I wound up watching through Gray Matter stream because when Chronicle died, I just stream hopped over there. And the ending of that thing, did you see that? The way that the final circle ended outside the door of the arena there at
Yeah.
Dude, that was sick. That was so sick.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, very. I'm not even sure about it because I was watching it on my mobile phone. I could not see who wound up actually winning that one. But all I know is that from the moment that Gray's boy died, it was a nail-biting experience up until the final circle where he got caught in the blue and then that boy just hit him with a couple rounds. It was definitely terrifying.
Yeah,
to say the least.
That was a hard spot to be in. If you've ever been in it, you know it, right?
Right. I think anybody that's played PUBG for longer than 5 minutes knows that spot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
imagine
just
how
wait.
The tournament's going to go.
Oh dear God.
Bringing a bunch of randos in. I mean, that's going to be. I mean, the competition's already pretty stiff here, but we're all friends. We're all part of a couple different communities, but we still, for the most part, like we all know each other and skill levels and habits and stuff like that. So it.
I didn't realize this, but a couple of those guys were hang-arounds from back in the day, weren't they?
I don't. Maybe from Arena. I know that Spud and Gnarls have been with Doug forever.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking to Gnarls the other evening. And he was throwing out several names that sounded familiar, but those guys were there back in the console days.
Yeah, Savage the Boss and Stiffy Triggered, and some other guys. Of course, Diet Thug, or otherwise known as Ches Thug. I don't know of any other ones.
Yeah, but it's weird to kind of see how small the PUBG world is, kind of, even though it's like one of the biggest played games on Steam.
Yeah, man, we all find these communities, these niches to fit into, and that's why I'm glad that we're doing this with Arena, because we've been, I'm not going to say partners, but we've definitely been close friends as groups for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful that they're around, especially when we're trying to fill leagues and tournaments and all that stuff. Well, they're trying to fill it, you know what I mean? And we're helping out with people, but I mean, it's not really helping out. Like, we want to be there, you know what I mean? It's not like it's an obligation.
No, it's only becomes an obligation when you hear Doug's sexy voice.
I'll do anything he asks.
Yeah. Once you hear that croon, it's over. Yes, Daddy. That's the only thing comes out of my mouth.
Yeah. I mean, every time he says, it's just my 2 cents, or I've got some suggestions for you,
Or my
100% of the
unsolicited
time, I'm like,
opinion.
yes, Doug, give it to me because I'm not busy right now. You know what I mean? Yeah.
For
No,
sure,
but
man.
everything, he is a very wise individual, and his advice is taken to heart, and I'm very thankful for him. You might not
Absolutely.
always want to hear what he has to say, but 9 times out of 10, it's valid and it deserves some thought.
For sure. For sure.
He's been doing this a long time, and he's an older gentleman,
Like
and
us.
he's an honest guy with integrity. So
Yeah, that's hard to find in the gaming sphere.
we're gonna do some. I don't know if we should involve the community and just maybe coming up with some T-shirt designs or something. But he wants to do a giveaway at the end of either the league or the tournament. I can't remember. Maybe it's both. But we're going to contribute some swag from the store. But I was thinking, why don't we do something like a mouse pad where we can custom make it like whatever. We'll talk to Doug about it, but maybe like champion or whatever winner chicken dinner and have a co-branded logo deal going on.
Yeah.
And maybe like some shirts maybe or something like that, or mugs or something, but something lasting, right? Where you can years years from now, you'll look up in your cupboard and go, oh man, that mug, I remember that because I found my original Xbox 360 the other day from 2000 when I got it in 2013, and we started the group in 2015, and it's got our original sticker still on it. And I told Hunter, I said, hey man, I'm not going to throw this thing away. Do you want it? And he's has no reason for a 360. He's like, no, keep that, Dad. No, do not throw that away. I'm like, that's so cool
Wise
that even my
words.
son, yeah, like even, I don't know, we have a storied history, and we should do a podcast sometime and just go over the history and how we got to where we're at, and then the steps it took to get here. Not that we were deliberate in hardly any of them up until now, but the clan matches and stuff like that. I mean, we had so much skill and so many servers that had nothing but our tags in them on 1 and 360 on Battlefield 4. I'm proud of that. I just thought that'd be cool. Anyways, I went off on a rabbit trail. I was talking about swag. Um, yeah, so we're gonna do that, but I don't know if maybe we should get entries or submissions or whatever you want to call it for some designs.
I would say yeah.
That'd be cool because I'm not that guy.
And then maybe another thing is like a second and third place deal.
Oh, like the next 2 losers,
Yeah.
the first 2 losers. Yeah, we should make a first loser, second place, and third place for Doug
Yep.
for the tournaments.
That's perfect. I like that.
I'll get on that tomorrow.
And I don't know why I like that so much, other than it just kind of like, yeah, here you are. You're wearing the swag, you're repping hard. You're probably proud of that shirt because you had to fight to get to that second and third place position. But then it takes it a step further and it just kind of rubs your nose in that pee-pee a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't just good enough.
Who do you think is going to come out on top in the league?
Dude, I don't have any predictions for that other than Hellspawn and his boy are probably going to wind up in the top 3. Maybe first. But I'm also, and until I see the standings come out, I'm not going to have a much more firm prediction than that. But if we're looking at the first week, we had the Chumasera Rattlers, the Milton Militia, and God forgive me, I can't remember the other one that was in second place. But Hellspawn was in first.
Cox.
That's it, Sandhawk Cox. Beautiful, beautiful name, by the way, and I do love that logo.
Oh, or no, it was the Impala something. It was Scotch and
Oh, the
Mikey
Impala
Holly,
Lowriders.
one of our streamers. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry to
Dude,
the
what a great name.
Sandhawk Cox. It's still a phenomenal name, by the way. But yeah, you had, if we're going off of the first week stats, we've got 3 teams, first, second, third. You and Hunter were in third. Doug and his boy were in first, and then we had the Impala Lowriders in second. And going off of that alone, I'm not going to say that all 3 of you will be in the first, second, third position. I would say number 3 or number 4 and 5 might actually move up, but one of y'all is going to fall off. Probably you. Simply for the point value. And
we didn't get any points today.
Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that,
we got the baseline amount of points. You know what I mean? For like
right, just to stay qualified though. The rest of these guys, like you said earlier, they practiced, and I remember going through the weekly update last week where I mentioned watching the game or the games, and I thought it was at least moderately sweaty last week. This week it's a totally different vibe. So it's really anybody's game right now.
It is. Me and Hunter could come back next week, or, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of skill. And, coming in to this too, I think some people's nerves were showing, and they're kind of going away now. And they're starting to shine.
Yep. And some people that weren't displaying nerves when they first walked in, now they're like, holy crap. Yeah. This is serious.
Yeah. I mean, I was nervous because my original partner backed out for he had some stuff going on. He just couldn't be here, And
right.
then now I've got Hunter. But he's young and he's a good guy. Real
got the reflexes.
Kid. He's got the reflexes. He's really good at the game. But for some reason, every time this cat gets in a car, and I got to watch it because I flipped a car today too, and we slid probably 50 yards. But
nice.
He wrecks the dang car. And the consequences are serious. So he's trying to get better at that. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about nerves and stuff. I'm guilty of it. You're under fire, or either the circle is coming to you. You want to get in that car and you want to haul tail out of where you're at. So you're going fast on Miramar and you end up flipping 70 times and dying in the blue.
Oh.
Nerves, man. Like there's no reason to go that fast. Just get in the car and go.
Yeah, what was that Brendan Green said way, way back in the day?
Oh, you're not supposed to drive 60 kilometers an hour through a field.
That's it.
Yeah, thanks, Brendan. I'm glad it took you 10 years to get your invisible walls out of the game.
Yep, and he wasn't even here for that. So.
Oh, he wasn't? Dang it, man.
No.
Hey, much respect to that guy. He's probably listening right now.
Not for nothing, right? Not
Along
for
with
nothing.
The NSA.
Well, yeah, the NSA's always got us in their back pocket, but
Be quiet. They're talking about PUBG.
So dig it, man. Not for nothing. Brendan Green might have done a lot wrong, and I can't even really say that I could blame that guy for it more or less than the people who picked it up paid him a large amount of money to take it over.
I would have done it. I would have taken that deal.
100%. 100% in a heartbeat. You throw that kind of money in my face, I might even sell you my mom. I don't know. I would have to think about that.
Second time you've disparaged your mom in 2 podcasts.
I don't know that it would be disparaging, and not in 2 podcasts, because you forget that we recorded one earlier tonight and I didn't even mention her. So Mom, if you're listening, I love you. Please don't kill me or disinherit me. Now, with all that said, Brendan Green did a lot right. And to Gray Matter's point during that podcast that we did with him last weekend, none of the battle royale genre would exist without PUBG.
100%, I think.
I believe so. Not knowing the history as detailed as that guy does, I'm just going to have to take his word for it.
Man, we should talk to Hellspawn about this when we have him on too. I'm sure he's got a lot to say.
I would honestly love to hear his take on it.
Do you think that somebody would have eventually come out with it? You know,
Yeah, but how long would that have taken? You know,
I don't know.
all right, let's look at it. You had Arma, then you had DayZ, then you had PUBG, which was a mod of DayZ. Am I getting that wrong, or is that about
I
right?
think you're right. I don't know.
So without those steps falling into place, without all those things coming together appropriately, and this cat Brendan Green over here probably stupidly high out of his mind on pot making the game to begin with, or the mod, none of this would ever exist. And it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, because we have PUBG, which is a beautiful game, and then on the other hand, we have what is that piece of shit? Fortnite, and
Oh yeah.
and then every single COD battle royale that ever existed. Like, so I'm still trying to figure out whether or not I should thank them or be mad at them.
Right. It's dominated our time
Right.
bigly.
Yep. Hugely. I don't know, man. It's just
I don't know.
everything is a double-sided coin. Just depends on how you decide to look at it. Personally, I want to be thankful that PUBG exists. We have had a lot of time on that thing, a lot of funny moments, even when we were mad as hell. Like the car mechanics in the early days. It's just terrible.
Nothing holds a candle to DayZ though. Nothing has made me more angry than DayZ. Working for days and days and days. Actually, I've gone like 3 months with the same character on DayZ, just schwecking everybody. And then me and you just die on a main road for no reason, driving a car. Right?
Do you
Which
remember
it's gotten better too, but that made me so
for
mad.
sure. Do you remember the first time we ever got in a car?
Probably not.
So I remember we were up north near the lumber yard. And the reason I'll never forget this is because I asked you right before it happened, hey man, are you sure we're supposed to be driving out into that blank space? You know, where there's no grass, no nothing. You're like, it'll be fine.
It's going
It'll
to be fine. Shut up. Turn the radio up.
And then
So I can't hear you.
it took us about 2.5 months to find the pieces to build that car, and then immediately within 5 seconds of getting it built out, we drive off the edge of the map and die.
Yeah.
I just went to bed. I just hung it up, went to bed.
Yep.
I don't think I talked to you for 2 days.
Hey man, listen. Murphy gets you every time.
Every single time. Every single time, dude. And Hank Williams Jr. put it best, man. If it will, it will. So,
It will. It did.
and it, dude. Oh my God.
We've had a lot of victories on that game. A lot of victories, a lot of firefights, a lot of really, you know what I like about playing DayZ with you and some of the other guys is we were in real life tactics instructors. Not that everything correlates, but
right.
There is a lot of stuff like the 3 fundamentals of CQB: speed, surprise, and violence of action. You can't get around it even on a video game. You know, and so I strongly feel that our methods were key to our success because we, in DayZ, we were really good at fighting.
I would love to get a total kill count. When we were, I don't even remember what server we were on. We would hang out near the coast, and we had a running tally of how many people we could kill before we finally died. And I want to say you got up to like 50 something.
Yeah, but I was also sitting on a roof in Electro over the military area, just busting fresh spawns because I was bored.
And my question is this: does it matter? A kill's a kill.
No, kill's a kill, dude. A win is a win. A kill is a kill. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. You ain't wrong.
I may not be all the way right. It's kind of like me in yoga britches walking around downtown, nearest big city to me. Yeah, I can fit yoga britches. Yes, I can walk around, but should I? You know?
Depends.
Now we're going to talk about my adult diaper thing because
Yeah.
of my inverted rectum.
Yep. That was another good screen name. That I'm dating myself now.
Yes, you are.
That was another good gamer tag. What were our gamer tags back at? Well, you were rectal exam at one point, but you've always been Trav, but you've changed it for periods of time.
Yep.
What were
I
you?
think-
You were rectal exam and what else?
I went by Kamala or Hamala Karras.
Yeah, it was DayZ.
And then another time I might have been Bo Jodin.
Yeah.
And then Syl Blinton. Syl Blinton. That was the one. That was the one that I was running whenever we actually convinced that kid that I had an inverted rectum. And every time you got excited, you had to make that stupid noise.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. That's it. That's the one. So every time somebody would shoot or something like that, you would just make that stupid ass noise. And then that kid would start giggling and then be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's the thing about the internet, man. These kids that get on here, dude, we had him convinced that you're an invalid homebound because you had an inverted rectum and you were sitting on some kind of donut chair.
He was like, oh my God, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you okay? Like, you know.
Then he muted his mic and started laughing.
Oh, for sure, dude. You know as well as I do that's what was happening. He probably looked over at whoever was in the room with him and was like, hey man, check this shit out. Like this dude, his butthole is inside out. Like what, how does that even happen? Oh my God.
Man, I can't wait to do the description for this podcast. Trav and Grant talk about DayZ and inverted rectums.
ChatGPT, you can thank us later, man.
Yeah. Dude, somewhere there's going to be a guy with an inverted rectum who's just going to get all bent out of shape when he hears this. There's going to be that one guy.
We're so going to get canceled.
We haven't been canceled yet, so it's looking pretty good for us.
Yeah, as long as nobody ever comes back and listens to this one, we're going to be good.
We're gaining some traction on the Spotify's, so
yeah. What are we looking like now? Isn't that like
good.
Looked at the graph you sent earlier, like about 940 something, and that almost looked like a 60% increase.
Yeah, I think you'd be right, man.
You know, that's
I think it's attributed to the long form content,
right.
Semi long form.
Well, don't quote me exactly on those numbers. That's fuzzy whiskey math talking, but I mean the definite increase was there. That, the little graph, the thing, it showed it. Oh yeah.
I like graphs.
I like graphs too.
What's that thing that Kamala Harris kept saying that she liked? Some kind of chart?
I have no idea, but whatever she likes, I like.
She kept talking about it. Oh, Venn diagram. I love Venn diagrams.
Oh, that's cute. That's really cute.
Oh.
The thing.
We're pushing an hour here. Let's make it 3 more minutes, man.
You think we can?
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to stand up when I get out of this chair.
How about this? When the league is done, we're going to have to come up with something for game night. What are we going to do? Right now, we're PUBG heavy.
What about Helldivers, man? We're seeing a lot of interest pop up with that. Ian's got some stuff going on with a Milsim group directly adjacent to us. Over on Armor Reforger, and he's saying that's a lot of fun. Maybe an inter-community game night.
I don't know, man. ARENA is pretty much PUBG based. I'd like to keep doing the leagues, take some breaks. We can just do PUBG game nights or something. We can all squad up and get into the same server and survive, kill each other. I don't know. What are some other games we could do tournaments, or not tournaments necessarily, but like a league or something like that with?
We got
no Battlefield 6 is going to come out at the end of the year, maybe.
You know what? That's a good point. I have no idea what that's even going to look like. Honestly, I've been so disappointed in everything that they've thrown out over the last several years. I haven't even watched the trailers for it.
Well, go to the website, look at blogs. I did a little short piece on there about it, and I'm going to do another one here coming up as an update because we're all waiting on that game. I'm waiting on it.
I think I might be too if I could ever play again.
You'll play, dude. You'll play. You just gotta. It's a season. You're busy with day job right now and group stuff, which people don't realize how much work is involved in building and maintaining a gaming community when you're trying to create a universe around it.
Oh yeah.
You don't get to play that often.
No.
So.
Should we do? Speaking of building a universe around this thing, should we start doing a comic book?
Well,
The Adventures of Smoke Man? Like,
I was thinking Adventures of King Chopper.
Oh, dear God, please no. Not that dude is uninteresting.
He's very interesting.
But there is a whole lot of bannable content that comes with that guy.
Well, we had a podcast.
Yeah, we had. Mm-hmm. You know what? What? No. I'm going to sleep on this, let the whiskey wear off a little bit, and then I'll revisit the idea of possibly having Chopper on.
Yeah, we'll reconvene.
Yeah, for sure. You want to go ahead and wrap it up right there?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. So, not exactly sure what to call this, but we're here for the Geek Arena podcast, generally powered by 1776gaming.com. And again, produced for all of our lovely members over at the 1776 Gaming Community Discord. I cannot believe I didn't stumble harder through that. Pendleton
call it
is
Intrusive
a very
Thoughts.
good friend. Yeah.
Intrusive Thoughts with Trav and Grant.
Well, welcome to the first edition of Intrusive Thoughts with the Traveling Man. Dude, this has been great, man. We need to try to do this about once a month, probably. It's been pretty cool. So,
yeah, man, I enjoyed it.
Anyway, for the rest of you knuckleheads out there, if you haven't hit up the 1776gaming.com website yet, freaking go do that crap. And then click join our Discord. It's kind of difficult to get banned from over there, so why don't you come test it out, see what you think.
Yeah.
And if you missed this week for the PUBG ARENA Duos League, there's going to be another chance in the weekend coming up, and then, so on and so forth. Outside of that, I would like to shout out Gray Matter, who is over on Twitch, a wonderfully beautiful streamer with ADHD. That guy can talk like nobody's business. Go check out that episode. He is freaking phenomenal. And then while you're also there, check out Modelo Time Gamer over on Twitch. Another really cool guy, active duty Marine and a brand new father. Go show him some love. And that's about all I've got right now. Peace out, people.
And that wraps it up for this episode of the Geek Arena, where freedom meets frags and the grind never stops. If you're not already part of the 1776 Discord, what are you doing? Come squat up, talk trash, drop memes, and be part of the most based gaming community on the internet. And hey, don't forget to smash that like button, follow us on Spotify and YouTube, and most importantly, leave us a 5-star review. Not 4, not 3, 5, or we'll send a level 99 paladin to your house. Until next time, stay sharp, stay salty, and always keep nerd turds burning.